Hey everybody, Jonah here from my Log Man Cave, and I am on vacation. Thank God for that, man. Uh, so I took a couple of days off around ShireCon. All right, so a couple of days before, a couple of days after, so it works out pretty good. ShireCon is this Friday. I know there's a bunch of you going, so hope to see you there. I'm a shit with names, so if you are like one of my peeps here, introduce yourself, come on up, say hi, let me know who you are. Let me know your name here and your name elsewhere. I can tell. Oh yeah, that's Matt, and he goes as the logical DM, whatever. You know what I mean? So just let me know who everybody is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. But got home from work the other day, and I got this big ass box on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I looked at it, and it can only be from Necrotic Gnome. They're a huge publication that they put out there. It's going to be interesting. It's Dolmenwood, which is it's cool because it's kind of like my understanding of it is like you take old school essentials, right, and it's a basic game, and then once you apply a base game into a setting, what do you get? Dolmenwood, and that messes with the classes. It messes with the different races, things you can and can't do. It changes stuff around. So I kind of like that idea because that's just sort of like what I'm thinking about for my own thing. Like all books, right? All D&D books, like fifth edition. Hey, Mike Stengel, fifth edition. They had an inherent base setting, right? Fifth edition was originally Forgotten Realms. That was everything was implied to be in the Forgotten Realms. Now at 2024, they're looking at Greyhawk. I think because it's simpler, honestly. My volume good? Yeah. So I think it's because it's simpler to have Greyhawk because there's so much Forgotten Realms lore out there that if you start writing for it, these people at Wizards, they don't have any clue what went before. They can't read. They have no attention span. And so they don't want to put out anything for the Forgotten Realms that'll contradict it. So what they're doing now is using Greyhawk because there's not much out there for Greyhawk on like an official sense, right? You have to go back pretty far. So it's easier. But like I said, every game system, the main published ones, they have a world and implied in it, like Jeff Talanian as Hyperborea. Hey Henry, I'm waiting for a couple more people. Jeff Talanian as Hyperborea, and it's a game system within a world, right? I kind of like that. So that's my understanding of what the hell Dolmenwood is. It's a game system within the world, right? So I backed it for like the $95 level. Okay, so let me pull that up here because I got to pull up all my Kickstarters. How many what Kickstarters do I have? 96. I've backed 96 Kickstarters. I'm moving in on 100 here for life. Yes, Eric 10 cards. I made you back, man. And he's like, he had to whisper his wife might hear. So he's like, what, 68,000 or something like that. But I backed it at the $95 reward, right? So what is that getting me? Let me look at the details of my pledge here. The details of my pledge is core books, print, and PDF. Includes access to backer priced add-ons for the backer kit manager. So I just got the core stuff for 95. Okay, that was me. So I'm not. I'll have to just take a look and see what the hell's in there because looks like there's players books, campaign book, and a monster book all set within the world. Let me just double check that we're actually streaming here. Yep, it looks like we are live on Twitch. Cool, cool. Are we live on X, Twitter? Let us see. Let us see. I'm keeping you all in suspense here. I'm burying the lead, the unboxing. It looks like, looks like we're going on Twitter. We got somebody over there watching, I think. And let me see all you Facebookers. I finally figured out how to make Facebook the default audience, not just me. So yeah, that works. That's going right now, and other people could be watching it too, not just me. So that's cool. And then we are live on. Oops, we're live on YouTube, of course. We got 5 of y'all watching, so that's cool. Let me mute that so I can keep track here. And then are we live on Rumble? Are we actually live on Rumble? Yes, we are. Life is good. All right, cool. So it's everywhere. So we got the maximal audience. Hello, Decado. Strangely, they never left the Costa Fair. No, they never did. It was Farron and Cormier, and that was it. One of the good books for Forgotten Realms, though, was that adventures book, because it detailed a lot of those cities that take you from like the hell was it, like Cormier Sembia area all the way out to like Baldur's Gate. Though that was a neat little book. All the small cities that they had there. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought that was decent. All right, so without further ado, I do. Without further ado, I do. Can I say it like that? Yeah, I got a bunch of y'all here. I got the box. That's why it surprised me. This thing is a nut dropper. I mean, I picked it. I'm like, oh, what the hell's in there? And I saw my name. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna get my handy dandy, as you all know, K-bar box cutter. All right, something I'm gonna pull that out would accidentally do some damage here. ShireCon coming up, folks. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, ShireCon tomorrow. All right, so it is open. Let me resheath the blade so I don't kill anybody or myself here. It's also home defense, I got that handy dandy thing right next to my handy dandy back scratcher. So you never know. You might need both. You just got to make sure you don't mix up one for the other, right? All right. That was it wrapped. That was it packaged. It's packaged pretty damn good. Got bubble wrap under paper, so that's cool. All right. You gotta appreciate the extra effort to throw the bubble wrap in there. It's wrapped real nice, man. First thing I'm seeing here, oh, it's a dice bag. A Dolmenwood dice bag. Look at that. I got this thing on my lap, so I'm a little awkwardly sitting here. All right, what we got? It's nice. It's greenish. It's like dark brown greenish. It's got a little, I don't know, mushroom thing there, I guess. Oh, wow. It's a broad-based bag, too. Look at that. Nice little zip. It's canvasy. Little zip with one of these things on it. So that's cool. I like it. The mushrooms. I don't get the mushroom thing, but whatever. I've never tried shrooms. It's on the bucket list someday. Someday. All right. So I got a packing list here. So we got the Winter's Daughter for Dolmenwood. We got the fungus that came to Blackswell for Dolmenwood. I guess that explains the mushrooms. The Ruined Abbey of St. Clude for Dolmenwood. We got Imelda's Song for Dolmenwood. We got the Player's Book, the Campaign Book, the Monster Book. We got a map book. We got a referee map. And we got a fungal dice bag. All right, the fungal dice bag. So I got 10 items. 10 items. Fungal dice bag. Anyway, no, not Merry Mushman. It's the guys who made old school essentials. I believe, unless I'm losing it. Yeah. All right. This is well wrapped, guys. Dolmenwood. Interesting. This map thing here, it's looks like this, and I don't think it's paper. I don't think this thing is paper. I'm gonna have to open this shizzle up and see. Hate to ruin it for all you collectors out there who are cringing, but whatever. It's cloth. It's made out of fucking cloth. That's some hardcore shit, man. For $95, I'm getting all this stuff. All right. Let's see. Oh wow, it is. It's cloth. All right. Wow. All right. Jesus, it feels like it's nice cloth too. This is like, holy shit, man. This is pretty sweet, I gotta say. Look at that. It's heavy. It's decent, good, like nice. It's not just, fucking napkin kind of shit. Wow. Well done, man. Well done. I'd be scared to use this at the table. Just it's so nice. I don't want to spill my damn beer on it, So we got this cloth mat. All right. Cool. What's next? Put that back later. Throw this on the ground. This is nicely done in terms of the wrapping, by the way. You got it's all completely wrapped around it, Yeah. All right, hold on. So there's a lot of work here. It was a Zevia. It's a stevia kind of soda, no calorie kind of shit. All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh, looks like we got a couple of adventures here. They're coming first. So, Esmeralda's Song by Scott Malthouse. Okay. Standard digest size. All right, I'll hold that up. You guys, if you wanted to pause, you could see the hell it says. The market town of Lancashire is abuzz with excitement after the cruel Lord Malblat announces a festival honoring his sorceress ancestor. Only when the younger sister Esmelda, famed for her beautiful voice, is reported missing, do things take a sinister turn. Infiltration and intrigue, designed for character levels 2 to 4. All right. So what's the look and feel of this thing? All right. You got a map on the inside. All right. Inside cover. What's this one? Another map on the inside cover. Okay. Always well done with the maps. So the way it looks inside, give you a rough idea. Look and feel. Now, Austin, I don't know what the hell animal hide that was from, but it was really nice. It was like silky smooth, like velvety and silky, you know? So yeah, this is how they're doing the maps, which is a good style, I guess. Yeah, so there you go. That's one adventure book. What's next? Dolmenwood is Fisher Adventure Scenario: The Ruined Abbey of St. Cloud by Gavin Norman and Yves Geens. Okay, same kind of thing, digest size. Let's see. I would imagine it's the same format as Joe Block was. What's it Joe Block was saying? I think that the biggest thing with Old School Essentials was that it was its format, you know, its layout, its style, and I gotta say, you know, same look and feel, layout and style, decent weird ass art, but. Yeah, I agree, Austin. It harkens back to the old days. It was better than polyester, Henry. It was something different. But yeah, I think the style of his books, he really did set a new standard for look and feel, and people have really gotten used to it as well. You know, let me see if there's like a little, you know, they use those tags to see what the material, the fabric is. Let me see. No, I don't see anything like a tag or anything like that. It might be on the thing, but I think I threw the fucking thing on the ground. Did I? No, here we go. Let me see if it's on this thing. Cloth map, blah, blah. Referees only. I don't see that. It doesn't say. It doesn't say what the material is. You know, care and cleaning instructions are not on it, you know. All right, another adventure. The Fungus That Came to Blackswell. All right. And this is by Yves Geens. All right, The Fungus That Came to Blackswell. Fungal apocalypse has ravaged the isolated village of Blakeswell, I guess, blanketing the streets in blanched mycelia, waving eerily to an unheard hymn. Ooh, the village is to be razed to the ground, but the bold may be able to get in and out before the troops arrive. Can any living souls be saved? And can the fungal infestation be reversed? It's sort of like the zombie apocalypse breakout, and they're going to nuke the town or something like that. Horror adventure, fungal horror for levels 2 to 3. Minimal prep, easy to run. Again, same thing. Maps on the covers, right? And same format inside. All right, same layout, kind of a basic format. Now I kind of like the older books style of, like, you know, 8.5 by 11, the letter size kind of stuff. But I gotta say, it's nice. I mean, I wish it would just expand it out. I don't need hardcover. Give me soft cover on my adventures. That's fine. All right, the last adventure is Winter's Daughter, Gavin. All right, and let's see. The tomb of an ancient hero lost in the entangled depths of the woods, a ring of standing stones warded by the sinister Droon cults, a fairy princess, because we opt to have a fairy princess, who watches it with timeless patience from beyond the veil of the mortal, a forgotten treasure that holds the key to her heart. Winter's Daughter is a romantic fairy tale adventure designed for character levels 1 to 3, presented with a quick reference format. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this stuff. Interesting. Referees also need the Dolmenwood core books, and that says that on the back of each one. You need the Dolmenwood core books. Interesting. So one is a romantic fairy tale, one is infiltration and intrigue, one is a weird crypt crawl, like a dungeon crawl, and the other is a horror. So he's covered all the main categories, right? Romantic fairy tale, intrigue, horror, and dungeon crawl. 4 books, 4 different styles of adventures. Good call, Gavin. I mean, you're hitting a little bit for everybody there, you know? All right, now we're getting to the big books. Big books. Next one that's on top is the Book of Maps. And again, all right, now we're 8.5 by 11-ing this thing, right, guys? Wow. This is Dolmenwood's a weird fairy tale adventure game conjuring the wonder, horror, whimsy, and strangeness of British folklore, included in this book domain maps indicating the regions, political divisions, and factions control of the wood, a foraging map noting the locations of all wild herbs and fungi, Map of lost secrets, including shrines, standing stones, ley lines. I like ley lines. Fairy doors and fairy roads. Elevation map showing the highland, lowland, and water flow throughout Dolmenwood. 12 settlement maps. Beautiful maps of all 12 of the major settlements detailed in a Dolmenwood campaign book. And more. A total of 28 full-color, double-page maps packed with information for running Dolmenwood campaigns. And you need the Dolmenwood core book for this. Okay. All right. Inside cover. This is the first thing I saw, and I go, wow, look at that. Very cool. Very cool. I like the style of that. Back inside cover. All right. This a little bit different here. Different style. Hold it there for a second. You guys can see. So it looks like, yeah, this is the geographic detailed kind of a map, and the hex on the back, and this is more the overview map. Yeah, I agree, Raptor 7. Yeah, non-dungeon adventures are a little bit different, Henry. I agree. All right, let's see what we got here. So maps book. All right, Maps of Dolmenwood, Part 1. Kind of like an old English book. I like how he starts with that weird W, the big capital W that you see in all the ancient books, all that sort of thing. All right, so then we have the settlements, where they're at, I guess. All right. And these are the regions. I'm sorry, the regions. Okay. 11 regions. And then we have the Mortal Dominions section. I'm just kind of going page by page here. You got the major NPCs on a map. That's interesting. That's a very interesting way to do it. So on a map, you're doing the major NPCs of this thing. Okay, now we got a map of the elevation. Wow, so it's the same map over and over again with various, iterations and things on it. Okay, let's see. But the elevation, wild fungi and herbs. Okay, well, this is damn interesting. Shrines, where they are located. Ley lines and standing stones. Okay. Interesting. The wood gods. All right. Sources of, I think I'm double paging this thing. Fairy doors, roads, and dominions. Sources of healing, where you might find means of healing hit points, curing disease, removing curses, raising the dead, blah, blah, blah. So it's the NPCs or whatever that'll help you out with some healing throughout the forest. That's fucking interesting. This is very different. I mean, I give it, this book is setting a whole different standard. Services on the map, where you do them by services. It's like cheese, apothecary, baked goods, furs, magic cheese, fairy, magic clothing, tea, masterwork blades. Interesting. All right. Treasure hoards. Okay. Various different treasures in here. And these are described in the Dolmenwood campaign book. All right. Waterways and bridges. So rivers, bridges, things like that. Fascinating. Road travel. This is nice. They named the roads and how long the distance is. I'll zoom in on that a little bit more. You guys could see better. Roads, distances, points, between points. Let's see. Hex travel. You're moving hex to hex. How fast, I guess, how low does it take you to go? Okay. Hex tiles. So the name of each hex, basically. That's what we're dealing with hex tiles, it looks like. So each hex has a name, not just a number. That's interesting. And then settlement maps. Oh, wow. Check out this fucking style. This is a settlement map of Blakeswell. That's interesting. That's very interesting how he's doing it. It's like some old English, artistic impression kind of a drawing. Castle Brackenwold, same kind of a deal here. Wow. Nothing is detailed. They're just maps. I mean, they're not useful maps, as far as I could tell. It's not like you're going to look at the map and get a sense of where's the inn? You really can't tell. You really can't tell that. Interesting. What do we got here? So that's kind of each town has that sort of a style of map and whatnot. Yeah, but they're not useful. They're more like a map you'd hang on your wall from back in the day. So that's a little bit of a, I don't know about that. Now, how useful it's interesting is nice, but it seems to be not really useful, you know? So, all right. Now, next thing on top is the monster book. All right. Weird fairy tale. So 87 detailed monsters, 53 mundane animals, 9 types of everyday folk: anglers, criers, fortune tellers, lost souls, merchants, peddlers, pilgrims, priests, and villagers. Oh my. 27 NPC stat blocks for common adventuring classes, adventuring party generator for rolling up NPC adventurers on quests of their own. Over 300 rumors describing monsters is featured in the fireside tales of local folk. Now that's neat. Monster creation guidelines keep players on their toes. Easy to read stat blocks. This is core book 3 of 3, it says. All right. Whoa. First thing I just whoaed because, damn, there's a lot of stuff in a very small font. But it's tables, right? So common encounter tables. That makes sense. You know, where are you? What region? Different common encounters, animal, monster, mortal, sentient, D20 tables, regional encounter tables. And what's on the back here? Monsters by type and monsters by level. That's the back inside cover of this. All right. Let's see. Let me just give you let me find a monster. They're all, the style of drawing is interesting. It's right here. Let's see. It's the same similar style. You know what I mean? As some of these maps. It's a little fantastical. It's 18th century look and feel almost. You know what I mean? So yeah, gelatinous ghouls. And is that a bookmark? No, I don't think so. Yeah, there is a fucking little bookmark thing in here. Look at that. Look at that. Way to go, man. I know that's always above and beyond. I always appreciate when you got that little ribbon, you know, so that's cool. And the ribbon is on gelatinous Hulk and ghouls. So here, let me hold up the, everybody knows what a ghoul is. I'll hold up the page for you guys so you can get a decent look at it. All right. So that's how he's laying out the ghouls, the stat blocks, counters, traits, lairs. Okay. So for the encounter, so it's like 4 options for encounters. Like it's lying in an ambush, it's digging up bodies of a site, it's loading a family of something into a cart for transportation, or precariously trying to avoid sinking into sucking mud as they try to steal recently slain bodies from bog corpses. Traits: canine-like snout, draped in rotten finery, constantly drooling blood, fingers are far too long, patchwork clothing from a dozen victims. So these are different ways to describe it. And then lairs, where you would find 4 different layers here. Undead, silent before attacking, immune to biological effects, can see without light, paralysis, save versus hold, trickery, sometimes attempt to trick living creatures by playing dead or pretend to be victims of an attack. All right, that's cool. Satiety, after gorging on meat, S-A-T-I-E-T-Y, satiety? I don't know. After gorging on meat, they have a brief period of lucidity, during which they can be conversed with. They can be surprisingly eloquent, sometimes recalling fragments of their former lives. See, that's cool. That's interesting shit. I like that. I like that a lot. Gelatinous Hulk. All right, so that's the same style here. They have dark sight. They have certain immunities. Hunting frenzy. They can dissolve things. They seep through cracks and whatnot. They're nocturnal. They have favored goods. They consume magic items of all kinds, psychedelic fungi, which they snuffle up in great swaths, fairies and demi-fae. They have alchemical brains. All right, this is interesting. The spongy green brain of a gelatinous Hulk is prized by alchemists, 500 gold piece value. The brain can be distilled down to an essence, which aids in potion brewing, reducing the required time by 50%. That's good. So I got a little bit. So not everything has the same descriptions. Like harpies, there's no, like, what can you loot from them? You know what I mean? There's nothing like that. All right. Kelpies, march lanterns, manticores. Let me see if there's like a little table of contents of what you have here. Yeah. So there we go. Bestiaries, appendices. Yeah. So there we go. So there's the list of monsters in the bestiary and appendices. All right. So you guys get a look at that. About 128 pages-ish or so, something like that. Very cool. All right. What's next? The Player's Book. All right. Adventure and Peril in Fairy Tale Woods. Cool. Good art, too. That's good, evocative of what he's looking at. It fits. Like the art on that page kind of fits. And then you have a Dolmenwood in the Duchy of Breakenwold map for the players, which is neat because it's like the players have a map of the woods and the area around. But hey, techno babble. But what you're looking at here is not too much detail, just the general look and feel. Okay, neat, like the towns, you know. Okay, so we have starting play, kindreds, classes. Kindreds is like races, I guess. I think. Right, yeah, races. Mortals, fairy, and demi-fae, Bregel, elf, Grimmelkin, human, Mossling, and Woodgrue. We have classes of bard, cleric, enchanter, fighter, friar, hunter, knight, magician, thief. We have magic, arcane magic, fairy magic, holy magic. Interesting. I can't wait to see what you do with fairy magic. I think that'll be fun. Equipment, services, and animals. So adventuring gear, armor, weapons, horses, vehicles, hounds, lodging and food, beverages, pipe leaf. Nice. A little pipe leaf myself before this show started here. Common fungi and herbs, special services, and retainers. Then we have the adventuring section. Is basic game procedure, examples of play, preparing for adventure, core rules of skill checks, ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls, time and movement, encumbrances, and hazards and challenges. Narrative under that is narrative interaction, climbing, cold, darkness, blindness, doors, exhaustion, falling, finding food, hidden features, hunger and thirst, jumping, losing direction, stealth, suffocating, swimming, traps, and wandering monsters. Then we have travel, camping, settlements, dungeons, encounters, combat, other combat matters, examples of combat. Then we got the setting stuff, Dolmenwood calendar, noble houses of Dolmenwood region, religion in Dolmenwood, Bregel kindred class, elves, Grimmelkins, Mossling, and Woodgrue. So they got a little bit of information on them there. So this is how it starts off. Welcome to Dolmenwood. I like this. I mean, the style of art is not badassery, but it fits the book. You know, it fits the book. So here we go. Here's first pages. All right. So it begins. The adventure begins. Yes, it does. The journey begins, I should say. Yes, it does. All right. So folk and factions, the gazetteer, starting play. Oh, basic play example. All right. That's neat. That's neat. Glossary of terms we're getting into here. Character stats. Let's see. All right. Do they use the basic 6 ability? It looks like strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma. Yeah, they got the basic 6. All right. And it has creating a character step by step, which is always nice for newbies. Well done. Example of creating a character, ability scores, prime abilities. Yep, 6 of them. Okay. And let's see. XP. Oh, they're doing the prime ability score modifier. That's why they're doing primes. You know, the 16 to 18 plus 10% to your XP, you know, that sort of thing. Basic D&D 5e kind of, you know, or, you know, what's up, Lecca Nocturne? What's going on? So, yeah, same basic stuff, but the ability scores affect things like retainers. He's going like old school. Magic resistance for wisdom. Intelligence goes for languages spoken. Dex is armor class, missile and dexterity, hit points and con checks, charisma checks, and retainers under charisma. So he's going old school with that stuff, right? Advancement, alignment. I mean, this is a great format, you know, a great layout and format for a book. All right. The 3 principal types of sentient folk in Dolmenwood: mortals, and then fairy, and then demi-fae. Interesting. All right. So a Bregel is a goat-headed folk with horn length indicating their social standing. So size does matter for Bregel, apparently. All right. So that's kind of what it looks like here. Bregel names. They're giving you short horns and long horns, intermarriage with humans, crook horns, religion and ancestor worship, kindred relations, a list of names, fur. Gets you +1 to AC because of their fur. They have a certain gaze effect. They have horns and social status. It's interesting. And then they have tables for setting them up if you want to. So you got your face, what you drink, your trinkets that you're carrying. I guess if you want to randomize beliefs, desires, demeanor, speech, fur, you want to randomize it. Yeah, that's fine. You got elves, and here's a picture of an elf. This is like Lord Dunsany kind of style. That's kind of what I'm feeling, the Lord Dunsany vibe here. You know, I really am. And the same thing for elves. All right, so every class is getting this thing: traits, face, trinkets, blah blah blah. Right, so it looks like they're all getting that sort of thing. There's a ribbon in this too. Grimmelkin. their traits, and then some random tables for them. Same thing, humans, names, traits, mosslings, okay. Woodgrew, love of music, revelry, and arson. Bat-faced demi-fae goblins, known for the love of music, revelry, and arson. All right, cool, whatever. Yeah, interesting. Classes, I love the layout and the style of this, I do. It's really nice. I mean, he expanded his style and layout from the smaller digest size and expanded it out to this size, and I really do like it. I mean, he's the master of way something that looks nice laid out. Hunter, which I imagine is a ranger. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look at this thing for my own game. Honestly, I buy a lot of shit that I don't read, as you guys know. I just don't read it, right? But this I'm going to look through because it's well done, it's quality, and I'm gonna steal shit from it because that's what we all do, right? We steal shit our own game. Arcane spells. Let's see here. We're down to the spells. So we got rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 arcane spells. Let me give you I'll read out some of the stuff. So rank 1, Crystal Resonance, Decipher, Fairy Servant, Firelight, Floating Disc, Glyph of Sealing, Lock, right? Ignite, Extinguish, Ingratiate, Ion Shard, Shield of Force, Vapors of Dream, Ventriloquism. That's level 1 arcane spells, or rank 1. The rank 6 ones, to give you an idea of what we're looking at here, that's the highest rank in terms of the power of this, Anti-Magic Ward, Control Weather, Disintegrate, Deomer Fire, Geas, Invisible Stalker, Move Terrain, Oracle, Petrification, Project Image, Wave of Force, Word of Doom. I like the Word of Doom. That's kind of nice. And what are they doing? Okay. So they are putting these spells in the book by rank. So again, that's old school AD&D style where you had it by class and then by rank. So rank 1 arcane, rank 2, rank 3. I like that. I've been thinking about how to do that with my own, and I was really I'm almost persuaded myself to do it like this. And this, if Gavin's doing it, I'm going to do it. Bottom line, I liked it. And look, this is the format, nice and clear, big fucking font. Thank you, Gavin, because we're all old, all your peeps. All right, so thank you for the font, much appreciated, dude. Not a lot of spells, gotta say. All right, so now we're into fairy magic. All right, and so fairy magic, you got like 7 spells per. We got 20 glamours. All right, so all right. This is different. They're doing glamours, and then they're runes, and then lesser runes, greater runes, and mighty runes. Then you have runes granted. This is interesting. It's all he created a whole fairy magic system, glamours and runes. So the glamour are, I would imagine they're kind of like cantrips, maybe. Vanishing, Walk in Shadow, Seeming, Silver Tongue, Fairy Dust, Awe, Beguilement, things like that. And lesser runes, Deathly Blossom, Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Proof Against Deadly Harm, Rune of Vanishing, Sway the Mortal Mind, that's a lesser rune. The Mighty Rune, Dream Ship, Eternal Slumber, Rune of Death, Rune of Wishing, Summon the Wild Hunt. Oh, that's not too powerful. Undead, Unraveled Death. Wow. All right. Interesting. So the glamours are innate powers of those touched by fairy, which mortals regard as magic. Okay. So that's what they are. So just innate, you can do it, I guess, whenever the hell you want. Lesser runes, mighty runes. All right. And then we got the holy magic. Back to the, we have 5 ranks, so 5 levels of spells. Interesting. This is interesting. So you can see here, he has the level of the spell, the associated, what does that say? Reading associated saint and name of prayer. Interesting. So he's really bringing the spells into the damn setting here. I'm not sure if you have to I'm not sure how the saint thing works. It sounds like it's not quite gods, but I'll have to get into this a little bit. But give you an idea, there's 8 spells of 1st and 2nd rank. There are 6 third levels. They're rank spells, 6 of the 4th, and then 6 of the 5th. So 1st rank spells, I'll give you the 1st and the last. Detect evil, detect magic, frost ward, lesser healing, light, mantle protection, purify food and drink, rally. All right, cool. Basic, renamed, but good. Rank 5 spells, communion, create food, holy fire, holy quest, insect plague, and raise dead. So that's all right. All right, cool. Good. All right. So then he did them all by rank. All right. Let's see what else we go. Armor and weapons. So yeah, horses and vehicles, hounds, lodging and food, beverages. The pipe leaf section. All right, let's see. We got blends here. Pipe leaf cost per smoke. We have the barley blend, the burglar's blend, the crofter's blend, the dusty abbot, the fatty lumper, because they're all potheads or fatty lumps. The fatty lumper brings on perfect. It brings on the effect. So I'll read the description. The fatty lumper, uncut leaves, crumbled roughly, tastes sweet, nutty, smells of elderberries, and the effect to bring on a ravenous appetite. Well done. He must be a fellow pothead. Well done, dude. The fatty lumper. Yeah, so none of these effects from pipe leaf do anything for you in terms of a game mechanic. They all we got different kinds of pipes here: the bog oak pipe, the cherry wood pipe, the clay pipe, the gourd pipe. Let's see, what is the let's see, the gibbet's gift. Ashen white dust produces an exceptionally thin, penetrating smoke that seeps across the ground. The smoke is almost odorless, but tastes strongly of gravy. Effect: smoking this pipe leaf aids one in following through with unpleasant decisions. All right. There's one of them that makes you feel happy. There's one that keeps you awake in the dead of night. There's one that aids digestion after a heavy meal. There's one that causes sleepiness. Amen to the indica. That's cool. One of them makes your vision greenish. This is neat, man. This is neat. Common fungi. Well done on the pipes and the herbs and that shit, man. That's well damn done. All right, fungi and herbs. All right, so this is cool. Like blood canker costs 50 gold. It cures D3 hit points. A risk of losing 1 point of con. Okay, then. Well, then. Specialist services: alchemists, animal trainer, builders, mercenaries. So he's going full AD&D on this. It's like Old School Essentials is BX, but he went full AD&D here. We got retainers and things like that. I think he's more AD&D in this than he is in old, BX. All right, so now we're 138 pages out of what, 192, and we're getting into the basic game procedure. So he just front loaded all the other stuff. Now we're getting into it. Example to play, preparing for an adventure, the core rules like skill checks, saving throws, time and movement, encumbrance, and all that sort of thing. Travel, camping, nice. Other combat matters. Example of combat, another example of combat. Well done on all these different examples of different things. It's nice. I think it helps. There's a dolmen. All right, now we're getting into, we have a Dolmenwood calendar, the months of the year, the moon signs. Oh, we got the houses of Dolmenwood. We got their little shields and symbols here for all the noble houses. All right, pretty cool. We still have yet to get to the DM's book, guys. Religion in Dolmenwood. All right, the faith of, all right, the Begel kindred class. All right, so now we get interesting. So now we're getting into, sorry, hit click the thing. The basic. What is this? Is this class racist class? So it's like he's giving an option here. It's like you could play class and race, but now if you want, you could play race as class too. That's interesting. All right, so that's an appendix. That's an option. Wow, that's cool. That's fucking cool. I like that. So you got the best of both worlds. If you like the race as class, you got it. If you don't, you can do it the other way. Wow. Well done, man. Well done, dude. Thanks to notable individuals who made this game possible. Patreon backers. Oh, there's a shit ton of Patreon backers. Jesus. I'm not on his Patreon, but look at that thing, man. So that's nice. That's really nice. Wow, and credits. All right, cool. And now, last but not least, the DM guide, which is massive. It's thicker than the player's handbook and the monster book combined. I can get that thing off my lap finally. All right. The Dolmenwood campaign book. Look at the size of that thing. All right. Just by comparison, there, I'll throw these up for the monsters, the players, and this and that. So look at this. Gives you an idea of the various thicknesses. The monster book is thinner than I would have thought. Players, campaign. Yeah. So, all right. Campaign book. What's on the inside? It's the same. I think it's the same map probably that the players got, but more detail, right? And this is again broken out into the map book. And then what we have here is on the inside cover, the back inside cover. It's like I guess a ghetto DM screen. Things to keep in mind or whatever. So, yeah. All right, it works. Hey, this book is not easy to look at here. All right. So what we got? Let's see the layout, the table of contents. Oh God. There's always some kind of thing. It comes in through Twitch. I guess some kind of the people jump in there and they bots or whatever, they advertise bullshit. So I'm sorry guys. I even set up Twitch so that it would like filter out aggressively everything, but these assholes still get in. So yeah. I'm gonna say D&D adult diapers the next couple of years. It's funny. Let me just catch up on your couple comments here. Howdy, folks. Open it, Henry. I never left the coast of Farron. Yep. There's so much Forgotten Realms slop now. I wouldn't even know where to start exactly. Shire Khan, yes, Staccato, you going? Cause of death, mixing up old stabby and back scratcher. Mary Mushman, waiting for my Dolmenwood Kickstarter. Are there actually people who keep stuff like this in the box? Yeah, there are. There are probably some people who never want to open it because, it's collectible. I'll make money someday. Fuck you. I don't think it's polyester or animal hide. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be poly. I don't know. But it's really nice. Really nice. Dry clean only. Yeah, I'd be putting that map up on the wall if I had a game room. It is kind of badass. I would put it under glass. Honestly, it's that nice. It's really, really nice. I say it depends on how small the document is before I say soft or hardcover. Yeah, I like the soft cover is cheaper too, right, for people. So it's kind of, saving money, especially this economy, man. Nobody has money. So 50 pages less soft cover, 100 more hardcover. See, I can see that. If it's an adventure book, it's 100 pages. That's a big-ass adventure. I might do a hardcover on that. But the basic 32-page old-school adventure, you can do soft cover, Let's see. Love the layout of Old School Central's books. My group is switching some of our games to that system. Cool. Non-dungeon adventures are always kind of refreshing. Agreed. Nice maps. Battles outside of dungeons are great, but like dungeons. I like dungeons, but they're all so gray. Yeah. Very JRPG. I'm not sure what that means, Raptor 7. Very JRPG. Herbalist here, Tavernaire. Yeah. Character creator. Haven't received the shipping notice in Winnipeg. Not yet, huh? It'll come. Don't worry. Had to access materials. Where's a bunch of junk in our inventory? That's cool. Not a fan of furry races, but I can appreciate the level of detail. Yeah, it's not furries in terms of like what we think of furries, but what they are, I think it's like traditional English, British folklore kind of shit, right? I think that's really what he's going for there. All right, so let's see the table of contents here. All right, hold it up for you guys. We got there. All right, so we got the secrets of Dolmenwood, factions and powers, building a campaign, exploring the wild, settlements, hex descriptions, treasures and oddments, and appendices. All right, so JRP, Japanese role-playing? Okay, yeah, I didn't know what the hell that meant, man. So the secrets of Dolmenwood is regions and history, ley lines, the ring of Chell, shrines, fairy roads, fairy nobles and their dominions, and wood gods. We got factions and powers, laying out a bunch of them. Droon, the hag, nobility, churches, witches. We got running a campaign, starting campaign themes, designing adventures, adding dungeons, dungeon denizens, environment traps, secret doors, tricks, and awarding XP, exploring the wild, seasons and unseasons. Unseasons, interesting. Weather, getting lost, encounters, fishing, foraging, and hunting. Settlements, the breakdown of the 12 or 11 or 12 settlements. Hex descriptions for each hex. Treasures, all right, so placing treasure, gems and art objects, magic items, amulets, armor, bombs and oils, crystals, magic crystals, way to go. Garments, instruments, rings, weapons, potions, the same kind of shit. Enchanted oddments, rare comestibles, rare fungi, rare herbs. And then appendices, the pipes on Droman Knoll, rumors on common spells, index credits, pronunciation. All right, let's see. So this is the first page, keeping with the style. Okay, Secrets of Dolmenwood. I'll read this. It's interesting. I've been to the ends of the wood and back, and I've seen a lot, bless my burls, more than you'd believe, and you'd be right to think me a liar, because truth's a tricksy thing in Dolmenwood. But let me tell you something. There's more secrets under the eaves of Dolmenwood than you or I could experience in a dozen mortal lifetimes. Standing stones older than time itself. Ley lines flowing like the lifeblood of the earth. Shrines praising mysterious saints, and the tumbled ruins of ancient elfdom. You start from the seeming safety of your village, but before long you find yourself walking a fairy road, stepping through a fairy door, and you're nothing more than another local legend told to younglings before they slip off into dreamland. And this is by Gombly Small Cheese, a Mossling hunter. All right. All right. Cool. And then once you get into the book itself, more great layout look. All right. I do like that. I do like that. More maps in here for the regions. So he's going into the regions, and then it looks like the main areas of each region, in which hex they fall in. Little sub map of each region here. Okay. Valley of the Beast. And there's a history. Okay. Going back to the beginning of days, the prehistory, 2500, 2000, 1900, 1800. So we're moving through. That's the basic layout of how he's doing his history here. Okay. Ley lines and standing stones and shrines. So he's just detailing everything on the maps here. A lot of this book is detailing the environment. So he's combined the DMG with the setting book. That's what he's done. Okay. So, all right. That's interesting. So the DMG and the setting book, the setting is huge. I mean, I went over all the areas and the different parts of this, like, we're into the hexes, right? So, Darandan Matter. What is this thing here? All right, so different ruins of whatever the hell, So, and what hex it falls in, what it's all about, all that stuff. Lots of setting material. Wow, we're like 317 pages in, and we still are all setting. All right. Let's see. When does it get out of setting? All right, here we go. So part 7, treasures and oddments. So did I miss other stuff then? Because let's see. So setting. Encampments, churches, setting. Encounters. All right, so there's encounters getting lost. All right, so I guess the beginning of the book. So he's stuck the how to play the game in the middle of the setting stuff. Not sure I would have done that or like that. Like Secrets of Dolmenwood, Factions and Powers, and then all the running a campaign, then the exploring the wild. Then we're back to the setting again with settlements and hexes, and then we're back to the DMG section with treasures and oddments. I might have broke that out and kept setting shit in the first half, DMG in the second half, or vice versa, or even broke it out into 2 books, honestly, because this thing is a fatty, This isn't a fatty. Henry, Shire Khan is North Canaan, man. It's going to... Oh, Takata, you're going. Cool, man. Takata, introduce yourself to me. Let me know you when you come there, man, All right. So, I don't think I would have broken it out like that. I would have just had, like, the whole... the setting in one half and the DMG in another, or like I said, more likely 2 separate books, just because this is a fat book, man. This is beast. All right, amulets and talismans. I'm trying to get an idea what the magic items are. So let's see. Magic armor, enchantments, oddities, special powers, magic bombs and oils, alchemist fire, hunter's bomb. He looks like he did a lot of different magic items. Interesting. The boggin hair cloak, boots of Andromathea. They leave a trail of petals in their wake. Boots of the plains, move with a faster speed. The soles are covered with green grass. That's interesting because I like that kind of shit. It's not just here's magic boots and you got to detect what they are. They actually look differently too. Magical musical instruments. I think that's underdone in most games is magical musical instruments. Wondrous items, enchanted oddments, rare comestibles, whatever the hell a comestible is. Foodstuffs, beverages, pipe leaves, and mind-altering substances. Oh, all right. Cool. All right, interesting. Rare fungi and rare herbs. All right, and then there's an adventure. The Pipes on Drummond Knoll is actually an adventure. All right, so that's cool. That's easy for the DM if you didn't buy any other adventures. It's a short starter adventure to get you rolling here. Interesting. You got a rumors table. Rumors in various different towns, like 20 rumors per, I guess, region, I should say, right? And then there's some uncommon spells. So decay, cannibalize, aid, command, things like that. Ginger snap. I always like ginger snaps in milk. That's pretty good. Actually, it's gingerbread. Yeah, it makes a gingerbread cookie. Nice. Then well done with the index. Our indexes looks a little bit different too. What's this? Uh, the index is broken out by type of thing you're looking for: settlements or NPCs or settlement leaders, encampments, churches. That's interesting too. So it's not just a general index; it's a subcategorized index, which is kind of neat. So, well done, well done. Damn, that was a big ass long unboxing, man. That was a hell of a long unboxing, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. It's a lot of good stuff. So yeah, so who's going to ShireCon? North Canaan. Yep. It's been around for about 5 years, I think, just prior to COVID. I've gone all but 1 year, I think. I went during the year of COVID. Living in northern Maine now, bit of a hike. Yeah, it is a bit of a drive, man. It is a bit of a drive. I was offered to run a game there, and I figured let me do it on a Friday because maybe not many people, could get into other games or whatever. I said let me get the early crowd, but I only had one person sign up, and it was weird. It seemed like the Friday games, there was a ton of people who were running Friday at 1 p.m. So I had Matt Sherman sign up, Matt of this channel, and that was it. So I reached out to Tom, who's running the thing. I said, hey, man, only Matt signed up. I talked to him. I emailed him, and I said, hey, I'm going to end the game. I'll cancel it. That way you could jump into another one. So he was, all right, that's cool. So, whatever he's have a beer or something like that, And so I ended the thing. Tom canceled it for me. And Matt tried to get into another one, but I guess you can't log in. You can't do it electronically now. You have to actually go in person and sign up. So he wanted to get the Eric Tankar's game. And I reached out to Eric, and he says, as long as there's space at the table, he could jump in, it's even if he's not signed up. So he should be able to get into there. So I'm not playing a game either. I'm just sort of hanging and just chilling. Maybe I'll jump into one. I'll bring dice, of course, in case I want to jump into somebody's game or whatever. But yeah, more of a hangout. Get to see old friends and whatnot, buy some stuff, see what's going on. It's a really cool place. It's at a VFW out in North Canaan on the side of a main road. And so you head out there, and they got food. They got a whole food area they're selling. You got two different bars, one upstairs in the convention room and a smaller one. And then downstairs, and there's an outside pavilion covered area. And there's a bar out there, like a tiki torch lounge style. It's kind of neat. A lot of the veterans are there because when we're in there, the vets are downstairs. Being a VFW, they're downstairs and outside. And you can tell they're like, yeah, we appreciate the money, you fucking weirdo freaks, and whatever. Like what I could imagine, like people, well, what is it? What is this thing? And they're like, oh, these people, you're telling a bunch of people who were veterans of wars that a bunch of people are going to show up who make believe fight, right? I mean, think about that, make believe fighters with fake swords and imaginary weapons and spells. And they're like, all right, whatever, you bunch of pussy ass bitches. So yeah. Let me know, Dakota. I know there's a few people who are going to go. Matt Sherman's, he'll be there, like I said, and then maybe climbing that mountain. I'm not sure. But yeah, should be a good time though. I'm looking forward to it. Man. We have this. I took a few days off, so I got today off, obviously tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm just going to be working on spells, for like 3-4 days. I'm going to try to bang out all the spells that I can, because that's really all I got left. And after that, I could run something. There needs to be a central directory of all the cons everywhere, everyone. I keep hearing new ones all the time. I know Eric Tankar's website, Tankar's Tavern, has he has a list of a lot of them, but I agree, man. There's not a lot of con directories. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got the Kickstarter Agile Monk. I backed a Kickstarter ancient times ago, and $95 level, and I got all the bonus stuff. I mean, this is for $95. This is a hell of a bonus. I mean, look at all these. I got all these books. I got 4 adventure books. I mean, this is great. I don't know, and plus this neat cloth map. This neat cloth map. Like I said, I would put under cover somewhere, under glass. It's just something. It's just really, really nice, really nice. I'd put it under glass somewhere just so it didn't get ruined by Cheeto fingers and beer spills, that kind of thing. So yeah. So what's going on with you folks? Anything new? Anything exciting? Anybody playing or running a game? Agile Monk. Yeah. I got an early one, I guess. I haven't seen anybody else really talking about it. So I was one of the early. You spent more than 95? I didn't think you could get. What was it? What was the other backer levels, dude? I didn't realize there was something higher than 95. Let me see again here. Let me log into this Kickstarter thing. Where are we at? All right, let's see. Let's see what I backed. I didn't think there were other levels or 95 other than $95, man. I thought I got the highest. What did you get what did you get that I didn't? What do you have that I don't? Tell me now. Tell me now. I'll be jealous forever. Let me see. But I'm Dolmenwood. All right. Estimated delivery September 2024. So about a year off. No biggie. No biggie. Let's see. What were the levels of the campaign? 95 was my selection. There was a digital. There was a limited. Oh, you must have got the limited one with the slipcase and all that kind of shit too. Yeah, I didn't get the slipcase thing. Maybe I should have. Standard plus loot, core books plus PDF minis, screen, dice, player's map patch, includes access to backer priced add-ons. Wow, that's all right. I see. Limited plus 2 for 190. All kinds of shit. Yeah, and that one. That's the slipcase one. Wow. Okay. Ultimate loot 350. Holy crap. I thought I backed pretty high. I guess I forgot. Core books, PDF, limited core books, slipcase set, mini screen, dice, player's map, patch, pins, soundtrack LP, t-shirt. Include that. It would never have a t-shirt for most gamers. Have to be like start with XXX and move up. Includes access to backer priced add-ons through the Backer Kit Pledge Manager. Damn. And there's the retailer tier. Holy shit. So I guess I got the lightest tier you could get. Who knew? Or I guess I didn't get just straight digital. I just got the standard selection. But damn, man. Damn, that's something else. That is something else. That was pretty good, though. It was well done. It was a well done set. I'm happy about it. And like I said, I get so much, stuff. I order so much and I don't read because I want to support the people who are doing it, or I don't want to give them any support I can. But, because he makes good stuff, experiences with all his materials. So I wanted to do that. Let me see. There's a video here. It looks like as part of the. There's a video as part of the campaign. So let me. I will share that with you guys. Hold on a second here. I'll present my screen. I'm looking. I don't know if I even saw this because I just backed it without having to be sold on it. So I'm going to share this with you guys so you could see what the video is. It's from the Kickstarter itself. All right, so let's see. I'll share this screen. There we go. Let me hide this chat thingy. Where is it? How do I hide the chat? Show on stream. There we go. There we go. Let me get rid of me. All right. Now I'll play this for you guys. I'll mute myself. Actually, I don't know if I. There we go. All right. There we go. Was well done. I gotta say, yeah, it's well done. Well worth it. I think you won't be disappointed if you like this sort of thing. It's interesting you mentioned Shadow Dark. Let's see who said it. 8 sessions, Henry. 8 into your Shadow Dark Western Reaches campaign. Probably should have waited for the books to arrive. Maybe. I mean, this is interesting because this Old School Essentials started out as Shadow Dark, right? It was just a rules book, and now it expanded into actually having this OSC expanded into actually having a setting for it. I wonder if Kelsey's working on some sort of setting for Shadow Dark too. maybe the next natural step, right? Just to get into the setting aspect of it as well. I don't know, but it's interesting to see, you know. We got a meet and greet here, huh? So Ducatos in southern Maine, Henry Dunn out there in northern Maine, down east near Machias. All right, cool. Don't give away too much, Henry. You know, stalkers and all that. So, all right, guys. So we're in here exactly an hour. Holy shit! Just as I said that, it was exactly an hour. That is synchronicity, boys and girls. I think I'm going to drop off here and put this. I got to try to find a fucking spot for this. Honestly, that's the biggest problem with this. I don't know where the hell to put it. You know, so I gotta find a spot for all this stuff. I don't know where the hell it's gonna be. And on the way back, I had to do a couple things this morning. So on the way back, I went out to stop at a used bookstore along the way, and of course, I picked up a bag of books. I don't know where I'm gonna put those either. So, but how do you pass up good books at a used bookstore? It's an impossibility. You know, it's like a crackhead passing up free crack. Can't do it. So I'll find a place for all this stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. And whoever's going to Shadow Dark, hit me up. Can't miss me. You know, big dude. Bigger than you think based on, you can probably fat cheeks here, but, you know, 6'3" or so, big old gut. So, yeah, can't miss me. Reach out, say hi, you know, we'll grab a beer together and all that. So it'd be a good time. All right, y'all. I will see you at ShireCon tomorrow for those who are going. And I'll, I'm thinking about, we might do some sort of a live stream from ShireCon. I don't know. I'll bring my iPad, charge that baby up, and maybe we could do our random NPC generator thing. Eric's is, I think, tomorrow night with all of us anyway, random party generator. So maybe we could do one from there. You know, we'll see. I don't know. Anyhow, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. All right.